Now, residents of the Joe Slovo informal settlement in Langa are threatening to bring the N2 highway to a standstill if the city of Cape Town does not deliver material for them to rebuild their homes. More than 1,000 people have been left homeless after a fire swept through the settlement at the weekend. Our reporter Ronald Masinda is in Langa this hour, joining us now for the latest updates. Good afternoon, Ronald. Thank you very much for your time on today. The Human Settlements Deputy Minister is briefing all three spheres of government earlier. What came out of that session about Langa?
Right, good afternoon, Pradan. I'm back in studio at the moment, but earlier on I was indeed in Langa where Pam Chwete certainly didn't mince her words when she argued that the city of Cape Town has not been doing enough to address the needs of people who are living in informal settlements across the city. Cape Town. She says that for many years the city of Cape Town has been struggling to provide the necessary shelter or toolkits needed by those victims affected by fires in Langa. The area was suffered 3 fires on Saturday alone when hundreds of people were displaced, and Pam Chwete says that this situation, their living conditions, shouldn't be the way they are. They're living in appalling conditions with a lack of water sanitation, and also quite a number of illegal wiring that has been conducted there in Langa, where people are in desperate need of electricity, and this is a health hazard for many, as we've seen in the visuals that we saw over the weekend, where quite a number of people could have died easily during those flames. But Pam Chwete also saying that the city of Cape Town is allocated the most in terms of the disaster management budget, and that they should utilize it, and she feels that they are not utilizing this amount of money that is handed to them, and that the Human Settlements Department will address this matter further. She was speaking to residents as well, saying to them that their needs will be addressed, but first of all, they need to establish as to how many people are actually in need of housing. This is what she had to say further.
We had a MINMEC where we compared all the provinces that this is prone to fires, Western Cape. And we are saying we can't be proud and we say we give people houses when we give zinc and pole. Why are they not improving? We get these disasters most of the time here, but all the time we are not ready. They find us not ready, and we're working this time, 3 spheres of government, we're working together, and we received a very good report from them to say that they've also responded immediately to these fires. But condolences, because we have somebody who died in those fires. But again, we are saying, Western Cape, please help us. Let's work together in terms of making sure that we build RDP houses.
Ronald, I understand that one of the witnesses to the fire on Saturday is a sub-councillor of that area. He believes that the affected victims will be provided with all the necessary assistance?
Yes, so Angus Mackenzie, one of the witnesses, as you rightly mentioned, Pradan, was also at today's meeting. He says that the city of Cape Town is also just trying to assess as to how many people are in need of structures. And until then, it will take probably 2 or 3 days until then they establish the exact amount. But it seems like there's quite a bit of discrepancies in terms of the numbers of people affected or displaced. We heard earlier from Angus Mackenzie saying that there were different figures given by the city, but also different figures given by councillors, ANC councillors in the Langa area. So until then, until those numbers are established, only until then that the city will act. But the other issue and some of the other challenges that the city of Cape Town has mentioned is that there is also a tendency where in situations like these disasters, where quite a number of people from other communities will then move their own structures into areas such as Joe Slovo informal settlement. And this creates a problem as to how many people does the city actually need to cater for in such situations. Mackenzie said this earlier.
We don't want situations like this to continue. What has happened over the weekend was extremely devastating, and if we don't put plans and issues in place now, we're going to see this continue and continue. So I'm very happy that from the national minister's side, provincially, as well as the city, our real plan of action here is not just to take care of the current situation, but how we work at ensuring that we don't have the situation happen in the future. So that's very encouraging for me, and it's good to be able to work together with the community as well as governments on different spheres, because evidently it's ensuring that we reduce the impact of what this disaster has done on people, not just now but into the future as well.